A heroic rescue goes horribly wrong when a couple becomes trapped in a massive flood.
Oh no, that's exactly what I did not want to see.
Kingfisher, Oklahoma is a rural farming community outside of Oklahoma City. Tornadoes and fires are not unusual here. But residents are surprised when the remnants of Tropical Storm Erin ravaged their town. Fire Chief Randy Poindexter is one of the responders trying to help that day.
We had 80-mile-an-hour winds. We had 9 inches of rain. Hurricane winds in Kingfisher, Oklahoma is not supposed to happen. We were surrounded by water.
Leroy and Bernice Crittenbrink are driving down the highway when their car is overcome by a wall of water. Their vehicle is swept away 3/4 of a mile into a field. A news helicopter captures everything as the couple is stranded on top of their pickup truck.
They lowered down a couple of life rafts to them.
The water was swift moving, it was fast, and the Crittenbrinks were right in the middle of it.
One of Poindexter's main concerns is the railroad tracks only a few yards downstream from the helpless couple.
There was a chance if they went over the train tracks, they would have been in deep whitewater rapids and moved into the trees where we couldn't have rescued them.
The helicopter slowly approaches.
Right now, they're trying to make their way to these 2 people who have their life vests on and trying to rescue them with the helicopter, guys.
It was loud. I couldn't really hear anything. We just had to do hand movements.
Poindexter helps the woman grab onto the skid of the aircraft.
Right now, they're telling them to hang on, and they're going to try to just fly them to higher ground, looks like, which is about a half a mile away.
I wasn't harnessed in. I didn't have a strap. I didn't have a rope. I was just sitting on the skid. I held onto the skid with one arm, and I had one arm to grab with.
They've got one. They've got quite a ways to fly with this person hanging on the helicopter right here.
The rescue crew thinks they have a good grasp, but then something terrible happens.
Oh no. That's exactly what I did not want to see.
Did we mean to drop her from that height? No, we did not. I feel horrible for dropping Miss Crittenbrink.
The crew brings the helicopter back for one more try.
They're not wasting any time this time.
Finally, Poindexter and the officers bring her back to safety. Luckily, she wasn't injured from the fall.
They're coming up to dry ground right now. We got 3 rescuers down there waiting.
Now they have to go back and rescue her husband.
I'll tell you what, this is some dangerous stuff going on out here.
The main thing that was going through my mind was to get them to safety and to do it however we could.
The helicopter approaches, but the man begins to float downstream. If he slips to the other side of the railroad tracks, things could turn deadly.
If they go any further east and over the train tracks, we were afraid they were not going to survive.
Crittenbrink stops himself on the tracks. The pilot lowers the helicopter skid to where he can grab it. Finally, Poindexter is able to get him onto dry ground.
Once I got Mr. Crittenbrink off the skids, we both fell down in the water. I just laid there.
Poindexter and the rescue team have succeeded in getting the couple to safety. It's an experience he will never forget.
I have talked to the Crittenbrinks about once a month. Every time I see them, I get great big hugs, and I give them big hugs as well.
Oh no.